You guys ever sit down with a guitar with a friend or whatever, and then all of a sudden they pull out the gambler and you freeze because you're like, this song modulates into E flat. Well, not today, it doesn't. Okay, guys, like I said in the intro there, we are going to make this easy. The song does modulate into E flat, and unless you don't want to play bar chords or whatever. But basically, we're going to modulate into an E, and we're going to be on capo 1 today. And the strum pattern is going to be a very, very simple country strum. It's going to sound like this. All right, for the verses, and mind you, there are a lot of verses. We're going to start off using just 3 chords in the key of D. We will be having a D, a G, and an A7. The order of these chords for the verses will be a D to a G to a D, and then a line of G, D, A7. And then back to a line of D, G, D, and then finally a line of G, D, A7, D. Now don't worry and don't jump on me here, because I'll put the chords up on the screen so you guys can follow along instead of memorizing what I just gave you. So let's go ahead and let's play through that first verse. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns staring out the window at the darkness till boredom overtook us. He began to speak. Okay, that progression represents the first 3 verses before going into the chorus. So we can skip the next 2 verses because, like I said, it's verse, verse, verse. And we'll keep the strumming pretty laid back on the verses. Now, we're going into the chorus. We're immediately going to have everybody who we play this for know this song. So we want to give it a little bit more power, guys, by strumming with a little bit more emphasis. So it'd be more like this. And the good news is, guys, that the chord progression for the chorus is exactly the same as the verse. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put these chords back up on screen, and we're going to go through the chorus. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You guys probably noticed on that G, D there at the end kind of goes a little bit quickly. So if you need to, start it over and play that back and see exactly where that's at. No, don't worry. We're not doing the original way with a crazy E flat, because you guys all know how I feel about E flat. We're jumping it to an E, and we're going to keep it beginner friendly. After the previous chorus, you will sit on a D for a little while before eventually moving to that E for the key change. And it's going to sound like this. And the chords we're going to need for the key change are going to be an E, an A, and a B7. Now for verse 4, your progression will be E, A, E, then a line of E, B7, then back to a line of E, A, E, and finally a line of A, E, B7, E. Now it's interesting to note that that second E, B7, to match what they played before the key change, should be A, E, B7, but I am not hearing an A there, so I did not put it in there because I tried and tried it. It was not there. So let's go ahead and let's play through. I'll put through the chords up on the screen just like I said before. Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. Because every hand's a winner, every hand's a loser, And the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. All right, after verse 4, you're going to go into verse number 5, which is exactly the same as the previous chord, except halfway through, you're going to do hold chords. So let's go ahead and play through that so I can show you what that sounds like. And when he finished speaking, he turned back towards the window, crushed out his cigarette, and faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. And in his final words, I found an ace I could keep. All right, now we're back to a chorus in the new key. And again, it's just like the verse as it was in the previous verse, key, whatever. But that part that was missing, that A back there, it's actually back in this. And so now that we know the progression, let's go ahead and play through the chorus in the new key. Again, I'll put the chords up here on the screen. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. After that chorus, you'll have another 2 choruses before the song ends, but the second one is all a cappella. And I like to keep beat with my strumming hand like this. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold it. Guys, I hope I made that easy enough for you. Just know that if you play along with the original recording, it's going to go to E flat instead of E. But guys, I did put up another list of lessons up here. I have a playlist of 80s classic country songs I think you guys will love. But guys, that's all I have for you today. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and keep an eye out for the full playthrough video that will be coming out next. God bless, take care, and don't forget, practice what you have to so you can play what you want to, and I'll see you on the next video.